Hello! It's podcast time! It's everyone's favourite time, so long as they clicked on it and meant to click on it, and they played the podcast, then they probably wanted to listen to it. I would have thought so. Maybe they butt-dialed our podcast somehow. That'd be good. I'd like to imagine most of our listeners accidentally went on the podcast by sitting on their phone. That'd be good.
There are perfectly typed out games podcast.
Yeah. Just a shout out to the people who watch this podcast on YouTube, the video version, and the people who watch the video version live on twitch.tv/streamsbadly. The YouTube version is on the Streams Badly YouTube channel because we've got new graphics, everyone. Obviously, this will not be interesting for the only audio listeners who listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all other good podcast streaming platforms. But new graphics, folks, on the screen. How do you like the graphics, Judd?
I can't see them.
Yeah, I know.
But is it just before we started this, when I went to put my video on, it came up with a thing saying, "Oh, we've added backgrounds to Discord now for when you're doing video," and it was like the shittiest, just like, you know, that you'd see on like Skype back in like 2010,
stuff in it,
and it was just like,
you should put one on. Put one on for this podcast. Let's demonstrate it. Meanwhile, I'll be telling you about a story, something that happened to me. It's nothing major, but I thought, you know, a little bit interesting. Judd.
Okay.
Have you ever ordered something on Amazon.co.uk or .com or anything?
I've ordered something on Amazon.co.uk. That's relatable content.
Yeah. We've ordered things. Have you ever had your order messed up on Amazon? Have they ever messed up your order?
No, I didn't know that was a thing that could happen, to be honest.
Yeah,
I also sad news on the backgrounds. I cannot figure how to make backgrounds work.
Okay, fuck the backgrounds. I don't even care. So they're normally pretty damn reliable, especially if you've got Amazon Prime. But I remember I've had 2 times where Amazon's messed up my order, okay? Ages ago, when I was about 18, 19, because yes, that is ages ago for me. I might look like I'm still about 19, but I'm actually nearly 25. Fuck, I'm one of those people, I'm one of those YouTubers that does that. You know, when you watch him, you think, oh, this kid must be like 19, and he goes, I'm 94. But yeah, ages ago, when I was about 18, maybe 19, I ordered Assassin's Creed Unity, I think it was, on PC on Amazon, and it was £60 because I bought a nice edition, give me a few extra stuff, and I got the game, it arrived, I got the disc, and it charged me the £60, and I noticed that next week it charged me £60 again, and the week after it charged me £60 again, and I was like, oh no! So I tried to contact Amazon support, and they said, go to your bank. I went to my bank, and it did get sorted out, and I got my money refunded and everything. So it wasn't the end of the world, but I was panicking because I didn't have that much money anyway. If it had taken out any more money, I'd have been like overdrawn. It wouldn't have happened. So I was like, oh fuck, I need to sort this out now. So that wasn't good, but the reason I'm saying this is I've recently had the only other fuck up of an Amazon order that I've ever had. So I bought some wireless earbuds from Mobvoi. They're pretty good. Active noise cancellation, only £30. I say they're pretty good. They're not pretty good. They broke within like a month, and it's pissed me off. Because while they worked, they were good, but the way they've designed the case, it means that the charging pins kind of don't connect very well to the charging case, so one of the earbuds doesn't charge anymore. And there's nothing I can do about it because I can't access the charging pins to try and fix it because they're really far down in the case. Anyway, so it made me order some new ones. I ordered some Skull Candy ones, just quite cheap ones, £23. Next day delivery Prime. When the box arrived, I thought, oh, typical Amazon. Fucking massive box for these tiny earbuds. I'll show the earbuds on the video version if you want. To give you an impression of how big they are. This is them next to like a standard size car key. They're basically the size of a standard size car key, including the charging case and the earbuds and everything. And this box was massive. And I was slowly opening it thinking, fucking hell, this is a lot of packaging. And I opened it and looked, and there was 4. there was 4 pairs of them. They just sent me 4. So I was like, oh, okay. Initially, I thought that maybe somehow they did the earbuds and the charging case in like separate packaging for whatever reason, but no, I checked, there's just 4 pairs of them. So and then I was like, oh fuck, have I accidentally ordered 4 pairs and it's charged me like 80 or nearly 90 pounds? And I looked, no, I haven't paid 23 pounds, and that's all that was on my order. It did just say 1, and I've got 3 spare pairs of Skull Candy earbuds, so if anyone wants to buy those, hit me up. No, they're just gonna go as Christmas presents for a few people, and I just don't have to buy some Christmas presents. But I thought that was pretty good. Little Amazon mishap, 1 bad one and 1 good one. You know, I'll take it. I think it's all right. You've never had any fuck ups on Amazon or anything like that?
I've never had any fuck ups like that before. No.
Well, speaking of fuck ups, then,
hold on, no. I've got a delivery. I have got a delivery. I've got a delivery.
Yeah, that'll do.
I'm. As you know, as many as the listeners know, I've got a case of the fat cunt. So I was ordering pizza the other day, and this guy, I heard him knock, and like I must not have heard it the first time, because this must have been the second time. I like went to go to the door, and I opened the door, and they do this all the time, like delivery places, like they don't follow the pathway down to like my door. Yeah. There's a little verging off part of the path up to my house, which
kind of hides the main door a little bit, because it's like big bifolding doors. Is that the right word?
Yeah, but there's those glass doors, but next to that is also like a little wooden door.
Yeah.
And they always want to go to this little wooden door that looks like nobody has ever used it for the past 30 years. And that's because nobody has used this door for the past 30 years. I don't even know why it's there, to be honest. But, so they always go to this door, or they go to the glass doors, but it's very rare that they ever come round to the actual door.
It's very rare. They actually just, use the brain for 2 seconds, follow the path
just
to a normal
walk
front
up the
door.
path. Yeah. But... So this time I opened the door and they weren't stood there, and I just shout round, it's round here, mate, and he comes round and he marches round this delivery guy. He passes me the food, and I go, cheers, mate, and he goes, oh, thanks for taking piss. And walks off, and I didn't say anything, and my expression didn't change or anything. It was just purely neutral. I was just staring off into the distance for a bit, and I just went, what? I was gonna go to him and be like, what the fuck is? I went after him, but by the time he'd said it, I was in stunned disbelief. And he'd obviously marched back to the car and immediately got back in the car. So I'm just like, what the fuck?
Why? That's so funny. I love it. I'm gonna start doing that more often. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to a shop this weekend. I'm gonna buy a Christmas present for someone or something. You know, the customer service will be really nice, and I'll go, thank you, and as I'm about to walk across, I'll go, thanks for taking piss, and march out immediately. I'm gonna... What a bamboozle. God. I reckon he's just he's a big brain like me and just likes to bamboozle people.
He did, because I was like a deer in the headlights. My expression didn't change. I was just staring.
It's like that one Darren Brown show where he's teaching all them people how to do some of his mind tricks. And he says that one of the things you can do is just say something utterly bemusing, and it'll just give you a few seconds to prepare yourself with something else that you can do, because they'll just be perplexed. And the example he says is just if someone says, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" Just turn around to him immediately, quite aggressively with confidence, go, "My wall isn't 4 feet high." And it's like that. It's they just you did it then. You just went, what? Honestly, bemuses people. I love that. That's great. Judd, sad news.
What?
You know how much I've been looking forward to this house that I'm buying?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's gone.
What happened this time?
Gone. I'm not going to get into it too much because I'm purposely not thinking about it much, but...
Did it burn to the fucking ground? What do you mean it's gone?
No, but it could have, because it's not got building regulations for some of the work that's been done to it, which is like basic shit. Like you have that. Like there's a seller conversion and extension, and it's not got building regulations for it. And we went to the lady, look, legally you have to have building regulations for that, so get them and then we can buy the house. And she went, no. So I don't know what to tell you. That's basically it, and we're quite devastated because the house was so nice, but like, there's nothing we can do basically, and we're fucked. And but that it's beside the point because there's more important things to focus on at the minute, such as my boxing fight, Judd. Are you excited? Are you ready for this?
I am. I'm going out and buying a suit on Friday.
Damn fucking right.
I'm going out and buying one.
And on Saturday afterwards, you're coming around town with us. We're getting sloshed. Yes.
Yeah. I think so. I'm just thinking. I don't think I've got anything on. I've not promised to anything.
This is the importance of that night out. If you're ever gonna go on a night out with me in your entire life, that's the one.
No. I'm definitely going. I definitely am. I was just like thinking to make sure I've not said anything to anyone else, and I haven't. So I'm definitely.
And if you did, you'd have to cancel with them because this is one I'm selling.
Yeah, no, I would. If I would, I'd be like, no, look, I can't. It's my brother's.
This is more important than my firstborn child, which I'm not planning on ever having. This is more important than if I ever get married.
That's more,
Okay, this is more important than your firstborn child when you accidentally knock up a hooker. This is more important than if you ever get married to the hooker. Okay, this is what I'm. This is the importance of this shit. Okay, so we're going out after. It's going to be great, but there's some stuff that I want to get your reaction to. Okay, so I'm going to send you a few messages on the Facebook, because I want to show you my body transformation. I want you to get my reaction. So I'll send you, these are both my before pictures of how fat I was. You're probably quite used to the look of these because you've looked similar to the Solly Life. That's not just me taking the piss and being like mean, it's just the truth, okay? So, you got that? Have they come through? Oh, no, I accidentally just sent them to Jasmine again. I accidentally just sent pictures of me being really fat to my girlfriend who's upset about losing a house.
Leave it. Just leave it. No explanation, just leave it.
I can't take them back. I've just gone, oops, sorry. So this is the before pictures that are coming through now.
Okay.
I weighed 220 pounds. When these pictures, obviously audio version can't see them. I'm not even gonna can I put these on screen? I think I can. Audio version can't see them, but I'm putting them on screen for the video version. Basically, I was fat. I was I was teetering on being obese, basically. What do you think of that?
You look very fat in that first one.
There's one of them where I'm like laid down, like looking at the camera, like doing double chin. I was exaggerating myself a bit because I wanted to take a really fat photo to motivate myself, but I wasn't exaggerating myself enough for it to like be taking piss, if that makes sense. I was like still trying to look relatively like me, but you know.
No, I mean it's not in the face because I know you're putting the face on. It's your tits.
No,
it's your tits and your gut.
The angle that it's been taken at, it does exaggerate it, but like not very much because you can see. I've sent a picture of me just straight up in the mirror, you know, like a normal picture, and I was fat, man. Like, my girlfriend slept with me while I looked like that, and fucking good on her. I feel bad for her.
What a trooper.
Jesus Christ, I know. How did my dick even work? I mean, it's like... So there's those, and then next up, I'm going to show you... Fuck, what am I doing? I'm getting confused. Here's the version of me that is... Now. This is what I look like now. Go. I've sent it to you. What do you think of that, Judd? I've put it on screen for the video version.
Give me a sec.
Or it's...
Give me a sec.
It's going to be on the screen, obviously. So now, I am now 185 pounds, maybe just under.
Very nice.
And the difference is, to me, it's fucking huge. I'm so proud of it. I've lost 35 pounds. Alexa, what's 35 pounds in kilograms?
35 pounds is about 15.9 kilograms.
So there you go. If you like kilograms, That's what we're getting. But yeah, I'm pleased with it. I'm proud of it. I've lost loads of weight, and I'm fight ready. It's good. It's exciting. What do you think of that transformation, Judd? Do you think you could ever do that? I know you could, but like, you've got a human body, so it's possible. But,
yeah, I don't wanna.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's hard. It's hard unless you've got a reason. Like, I've got to get in a physical fight with someone. There's not much reason to want to. So yeah. The other thing is, I think I sent you a link to the face-off photos. So I've been matched up.
You did, yeah.
Have you seen who I'm fighting?
I have. I looked through them all.
I'll pop him on screen. What do you think? What do you think of this lad that I'm fighting? Then, what's your reaction?
Yours, because I was looking at them all, and I was like, half of these guys look like they could are gonna fall over when they throw the first fucking punch. Like, I was like looking at them, I was like, what is this? And then, and then there was a couple where I was like, oh, like it got to the guy, and I thought to myself, oh my god, I hope Jake's not fucking fighting him.
Was it that big bald guy with the tattoos on his face? By any chance?
There were a couple where I was like, oh fucking hell.
He's one of the nicest fellas there. Like, he's fantastic. He's so encouraging, and like, I don't know if he was holding back loads or what, because he was trying to help people out. But from when I've sparred him, I think I could beat him. But that I don't know with him, because he could be like really holding back. He looks really mean and scary. There is a guy like that. Yeah, that is. But yeah, I know what you mean. Some people would be kind of a pushover, and they are quite small. But that is what it is.
Yeah. Then I saw who that you were going up against, and I was like, oh, okay, that works. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Like that. I thought that looks all right, like an all right matchup.
So this guy that I'm fighting then, he's pretty decent. He's the guy who I've got on with the most, and I've been like chatting to before sessions and that, and we've made friends on Facebook and all sorts. And I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, of course, I knew this would come in. I just knew it. Like the one guy I've been getting on with the most, and then it matches up together, because we were kind of getting on, and then like we realised, oh shit, yeah, we're really like obviously going to be matched together. We're the same size, a pretty similar size. I'm slightly taller than him. He's a little bit heavier than me, but he's got like a bit more of a belly than I have. I'm a little bit more lean than him. But overall, yeah, it's a pretty good matchup. We've trained together a lot, so I know kind of like how he fights a bit. Obviously, he will as well, so that's something I've got to anticipate. But it's I'm confident, put it that way. I'm pretty sure that every time we've like done anything competitive, like I've sparred him or we've done anything like little boxing type games, I've won on that. So yeah, that's that.
Nice.
Are you excited, Judd? Are you hyped? Because I fucking am. I want to do it right now. I would go and just fight right now if it was up to me. I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, more than anything, I'm looking forward to my new suit. I've been wanting to get a suit for a little bit now, and this gives me an excuse to go out and buy one. So
have you got your eye on a particular type? Do you know what you're going to look like? What's the dress? What are you going for?
No, I've no idea, because obviously I'm not going to go ridiculous with it. I'm going to get it from like fucking Primark, but I'll get a nice Primark one.
There's nothing wrong with Primark suit.
Yeah,
it's still like 40 quid. That's that's not nothing. But what do you want to go for? Have you got like a particular colour? Do you want it to be like tartan pattern, striped, plain? What are we going for? What type of tie do you want? Are you going to wear a bow tie?
I could go for the oh god, Lucifer. I could go for the Lucifer look.
You mean Lucifer from the show Lucifer?
From the show Lucifer, yeah. I could go for the Lucifer look. Yeah.
Okay. So what? Like just like black?
What do you think about this? About that's not like a blackish. Is that a black? It's more like a deep blue, isn't it, or like a purple.
So he's wearing a black.
Purple.
He's wearing a black blazer, a black trousers, black belt, and then like a navy blue shirt with a red pocket square.
Quite deep. I like that. I like that. Maybe something like that.
That is your style.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe something like that. Obviously, I'll not have like the gorgeous eyes or the perfect chin or the nice waist or anything.
why don't you just go and have a quick wank over Lucifer and then come back and we can carry on with this podcast. No.
I might have to actually. I'm gonna have to close that tab.
all I will say to add to that is it's real fancy. So you could do with a tie or a bow tie.
I'll get a tie.
I can lend you one if you need. I'm not going to wear one because I'm fighting and I doubt they're exactly going to chuck me out. So, but I am wearing a waistcoat as well. So I'm wearing black trousers, black shoes, black blazer, and I'm wearing a black waistcoat and a white shirt, but I'm not going to wear a tie. So it looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. Especially now that I've lost weight, I can actually fit into it because I couldn't before. I was too fat, and now I can. So that's pretty good. Did I ever tell you the story of how I acquired that suit?
No.
So I was attending an awards ceremony because I was nominated for Apprentice of the Year at when I was an apprentice where I used to work. So I needed to get a suit, and I already had one, but I wanted to get another one because I'd already worn the one I already had. The one I already had was like a blue one, and I wanted to get another one because I'd already worn that. So my mum took me to she used to work for a charity, and she took me to that charity's wedding charity shop where you can essentially get wedding stuff for really cheap. So obviously they sell suits there, and I bought this full suit for the suit that I've described, that black one, for £6 for the whole thing. Oh. It was fucking fantastic. And I kind of got embarrassed because it has coattails. It has like, do you know what I mean? If I say like long coattails, it has long coattails on the jacket. So I for some reason I was a little bit embarrassed by it, but I think it's really cool now, so I'm gonna fucking wear it. But I'm pretty sure that for £6, some guys died in that suit. Like, come on. Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
And and honestly, to me, that just makes it cooler.
Because that's a dead man's. In fact, where is this? I hope more dead men have shown up in suits.
It gets clean and everything. I ain't got a problem with it. It's just a cheap suit, £6. Fucking yes, give me it. Well happy with it.
I feel like if you're gonna die and you can pick what you're wearing, you'd wear a suit.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of pictures of everyone on the night, of us and of everyone who was there and all sorts. Yeah. So I'll share probably loads of those on my Instagram. If you want to follow that, I don't know if there's a link in the description to that or anything, but you can find me on Instagram somewhere maybe, or I don't know, I might show some on Twitter at tweetsbadly if you're interested in all of that. It's a charity amateur boxing fight, so obviously there's a charity element to it. If you want to support my fight, it's this weekend, Saturday the 27th of November. You can get tickets if you're in the Barnsley area. There's a link in the description of wherever you're getting this podcast to get that. Also, you can donate to support the fight as well. That'd be amazing. It's your last chance. As soon as you're hearing this podcast, it could be a last chance. It's not going to, after the fight's done, that's that. To support me, it would be amazing if you could. And there's a link in the description for there. You get a bunch of benefits, a shout out on the podcast. You get a shout out in my YouTube videos I make about it. I shout you out on Instagram. I'll write your name on my boxing gloves. And also, for every £1 you donate, I do 2 push-ups, 2 crunches, 2 star jumps, and run 20 meters. You've still got a chance to reach £750 donated before my fight. If you do that, I'll be shaving my head. So that's that. Should we get a quick update on how much I've got so far? Where is it? I don't think we're that close, so you have to get the money in if you really want me to. 545. So it's entirely possible, entirely possible to make me shave me noggin. So there you go, that's boxing update. I don't think there's much else to talk about with that. In which case, it's time for...
That's it.
This is why you are wrong.
This segment is called This Is Why You Are Wrong. It's where I present Judd with a certain topic and he says his stance on it. I try and convince him why his opinion is wrong. We've not done this segment for the last couple podcasts, I don't think. I think we forgot about it.
Possibly. I think we've been focusing more on Freak of the Week, which, to be honest, is,
You know, we'll get to that
no
later.
problem.
This is why you are wrong. Today's topic is, what is the best item on a plate of Carvery food? So, Carvery is quite a British thing. If you're listening to this in Seattle, Washington, which apparently, according to our statistics, is where most people who listen to this podcast come from, a Carvery is something that we do in England on a Sunday. Not everyone does it, and they don't necessarily do it every Sunday, but it's fairly common that you might go for a Sunday Carvery. So you'll go to a pub that does Carveries, and it's kind of like a buffet, but it's like a warm buffet, and they cut you some turkey, maybe some gammon, maybe some beef, and you have kind of like, I guess it's a lot of similar stuff to what Americans would have for Thanksgiving. So you'll have some potatoes, maybe roast potatoes, mashed potatoes. You'll probably have some broccoli, some carrots, cauliflower cheese normally. You'll always have a Yorkshire pudding, which I'm not even going to explain that. If you don't know what a Yorkshire pudding is, fucking educate yourself. You know,
I was just going to say, if you don't know what a Yorkshire pudding is, then fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. You'll normally drench it in gravy, and it's kind of like a bit of an all-you-can-eat scenario. They'll put the meat on and the Yorkshire pudding, but everything else you can put as much as you can fit on your plate on. And then the kind of tradition is that you'll only eat that in that day. You tend to just eat that meal at 2 p.m, so you'll be really hungry for it, and then you'll just not really eat anything else for the rest of the day because it's been such a massive meal. So that's what a Carvery is. So, Judd, what do you think is the best item on a plate of Carvery?
My answer to this is going to have to be your answer to the last time we did one of these, and say the potatoes, but specifically the roast potatoes.
Yeah, because sometimes, if you'd have only said potatoes, I'd have had to ask for more specifics, because sometimes they offer mashed potatoes and roast potatoes.
Or new potatoes. Yeah,
fuck sometimes new potatoes. If you go to a Carvery and the only option of potatoes is new potatoes, you smash your plate on the floor and spit on them and leave immediately.
I will have new potatoes with everything, but if new potatoes is the only thing that they're offering, then I will do that.
Yeah. If it's the only potato option, no. I am deeply offended.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's a sensible
reaction. New potatoes
reaction.
are essentially boiled potatoes.
Listen, do I need to fucking continue with my whole roast potatoes thing? You know for a fact that the second that you're getting a Carvery, your eye fucking drifts over to those roasties, and you start going, "Oh my fucking god, how golden brown are they? Let me get out." You know when that joke on Family Guy when the guy is like checking to see if it's okay for Peter Griffin to cross the border, and he pulls out like a little skin color chart, and there's like a section saying okay,
based on
not
like
okay.
the paint color type of dealio.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be well within my rights to bring one of them, but like for potatoes, like for roasties. So like there's a color gradient that's like if it's not as golden brown as this, tell them to fucking go and cook them again. And then there's like there's like a sweet spot section, and then there's this is obviously burnt now. This I'm eating coal.
Yeah.
But listen, fucking I don't really need to. I don't need to. In fact, I'm not even gonna let words do the arguing for me. I'm gonna let memory do the arguing for me. Jake, think back to the last time you had a Carvery with good fucking roast potatoes. You've got one in your
honestly,
fork.
I've had 2 Carveries while I've been training for this fight, and I'm not allowed to eat roast potatoes, so it's actually just making me a little bit sad.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to think way back then. It's covered in gravy because you've slapped the gravy on.
Oh yeah, that's
fucking. It's golden brown.
Oh.
It's perfectly golden brown as well.
Is it crispy?
It's like it's crispy.
Oh,
it's
is
like
it fluffy?
Inside you open it up and it's like yeah, exactly.
They're now cream potatoes.
Case closed.
Here's the thing, Judd. I knew you were going to say roast potatoes, and I thought I was going to say roast potatoes, but I was thinking about many different criteria of what can constitute the best thing on a Carvery plate. It's not necessarily what's the best thing while you're eating the Carvery. There's loads of different things that can make it the best thing. One of the big contenders would be the meat. wouldn't it? Meat, come on.
Yeah.
They limit the amount of meat that you can take on purpose. Because otherwise everyone would get shit tons of meat. But vegetarians exist. They don't want meat necessarily. So that kind of immediately... Like, we normally get a Carvery with a vegetarian, and she never gets meat. And her Carvery still looks fucking amazing. So it can't be the meat, essentially, is what I'm ruling out. It's obviously none of the veg. It's none of the green bits. It's obviously none of that. I mean, I do like peas a lot, but it's not the best bit. Roast potatoes are good, are really good. They are really good. But the best bit, and this might be a difficult one for me because I don't know if you get it. I don't know if you like it. It's cauliflower cheese, Judd. The cauliflower cheese. You know when we rock up to the Carvery, roast potatoes are always a highlight. Everyone likes them, but what does our dad always like look at straight away? He's always obsessed with it. It's the cauliflower cheese. He loves it, you know? And I fully agree with him. And here's the main thing. All the things that you're saying, all the vivid imagery that you're plucking up from the roast potatoes is valid. I love it. I could reach orgasmic climax just from cauliflower cheese. Doesn't need the gravy. Doesn't need any of that. I could reach the same vivid imagery just from that as part of my Carvery as well. So it goes toe for toe with it there. The only slight edge, right? The thing that just edges cauliflower cheese above roast potatoes. If you think about all the elements of a Carvery on their own, you're only eating that element. That's for your meal. That's all you're getting, right? Plate of peas. No, I don't want to do that. One slice of gammon. I mean, it's probably going to be nice, but, you know, roast potatoes. I'm missing the gravy. You know, it could be a little bit dry. And bear in mind, there's a lot of variance in roast potatoes. We've rocked up some Carveries and they've royally fucked up the roast potatoes. They've been like those oven-baked Aunt Bessie shit. So that's another negative thing. And especially if it's those, you don't want to eat those on their own. They're dry as fuck, Judd. Yeah. So, cauliflower cheese... that holds its own. Just a nice little plate of cauliflower cheese. Delicious. Even just on its own. Never mind with all the different flavours from an entire Carvery. Fantastic. The best one. It's potentially better for you than roast potatoes as well. And you can never go wrong. You can never go wrong with it. It's always nice. They never fuck up the cauliflower cheese if it's there. What we're saying.
Right. Well... I'll say that I do actually like cauliflower cheese. I do like it. You've not convinced me that it's cauliflower.
But the variants, Judd, the variants in the roast potatoes, you can't rely on them. They're too fickle for you.
I'd rather have probably the... No, I wouldn't say like... I'd rather have the worst roast potato over the best cauliflower cheese, because that'd be a lie, but I'd say at least to like mid-range cauliflower cheese. I'd still rather have the Yorkshire puddings. And also we are saying, what did I say? Did I say Yorkshire puddings? I meant roast potatoes. I also, going back to your point earlier when you said about them the things being on their own. This wasn't an argument about whether we'd prefer an item on its own, sir.
Well, it's an element as what could be the best item. It doesn't have to be the best item just in a Carvery setting. It has to be the best item available on your Carvery plate.
I'll have the court look back to the original question of what is the best thing in a Carvery, which implies that the whole Carvery has to be there. I said
what's the best thing on a plate of Carvery. I didn't say it has to be in the context of the plate of Carvery, but Jude's trying to win on a technicality again, so we'll let him have it.
I'm not trying to win on a technicality. All I have to say in this to win is I don't agree with your opinion. I can say that every time and always win.
Yeah, but you have to be honest, and I have to say, I have thought about an element. If there's not cauliflower cheese at a Carvery, I'm less disappointed than if there's not some roast potatoes, or at least some good roast potatoes. So exactly. It's a hard one. So. Roast potatoes, and I personally, like my actual genuine opinion is, I put them both joint top for me. And if I was really forced to pick, like I could only ever have one of them at a Carvery ever again, I'd probably just edge roast potatoes. Because sometimes it's a bit up in the air as to whether they even offer cauliflower cheese. And sometimes instead of cauliflower cheese, they offer macaroni cheese, and that's even better. So that's You don't need both macaroni cheese and cauliflower cheese, but roast potatoes are kind of needed, really. So there we go. That's that. Have you been up to anything, Judd? Been up to anything interesting? You seen any freaks?
Recent freaks. I have seen a freak recently.
Well, then in that case, it's time for this.
Freak of the week.
What's this freak, Judd? Tell us all about them. Let's bask in their glory.
So they didn't do anything super weird. And the weirder thing is that I'm seeing more cases of this. And it's people who just are talking to themselves. Like, I've seen probably about 3 in this week since we, like, in between of not talking to you since the last podcast.
Yeah.
I've probably seen 3 separate incidents of people talking to themselves. Yeah. And I don't mean like the occasional... Yeah, because I do it all the fucking time. I even probably do it more than like a regular person does it. Where, you know, like, oh, where did I just put that? Or, you know, just little shit that you just say to yourself. I mean, like full-blown conversations. There were one guy as I was like walking, I just got off the train in like the Barnsley station, and I was walking from the train station bit to the bus station bit where, you know, that guy on that video you sent me was saying he was going to kill that child. That wasn't real, by the way. That's from a show.
That's awful,
out of context,
but,
that's awful. But Jake sent me a clip from a show that was in Barnsley bus station. It freaked me out. But anyway, so I was like walking over to the bus station bit, and it was, I couldn't make like out the full conversation because like part of me wanted to like try an earwig so it could be like, oh, this is good podcast content. Another part of me was like, oh, my bus is like leaving any second. I need to run for my bus. And then the other probably bigger part of me was, if I stand here and listen to this guy who's talking to himself, he's probably going to stab me. So I probably shouldn't do that. But it was. Yeah. It was like he'd say something to himself, he'd be like, and then he'd go, really loudly. You just think, what the fuck?
Oh dear.
And he was the weirdest. He was definitely the weirdest because he'd. And what was super weird? What was super weird is I bumped into him around town about 3 times, like, and he was always talking to himself. And one of the times, he was like walking along the street, basically in the middle of the street, and he was walking along, giving it all the all that shit. And then he saw a dude that he knew, and he went, all right, Terry. It was just normal. He had a full conversation with this other guy. And then when he was done having this conversation with the other guy, he was like, right, I'll see you later. And then started walking up going, what?
Oh, God, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, God bless them.
Yeah.
I love people.
Yeah.
I love them.
God bless them. God bless the freaks.
Well, you know, what's weird for me with this is I used to do that. I used to talk to myself like at that level all the time when I was younger. Like I would like have conversations with myself and I'd be chatting to myself and I'd be like, well, we need to like do that. And then I think we need to do this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think we should do that. And I like genuinely would talk to myself like that. But the older I get, the less I do that. I do it. I talk to myself a little bit sometimes. Like sometimes I might go, "What the fuck am I doing?" to myself, like or something like that.
Yeah,
or like,
yeah, I know I do that.
Or like, I fucked that up, didn't I? Or like, or I don't know. I don't know why it's negative stuff all the time. It's sometimes it's not.
I mean, I do the probably to the extent that I do it to. It's like I literally did this earlier. Is I was like I'd like forgotten what I was doing, and like you say, I like, what the fuck am I doing? And then I answered myself. I like put my hands on my hip and like shook my head, and I went, not a clue, not a fucking clue.
I used to do
but
that.
That's like the worst, you know.
And when I was a kid, I genuinely went, right, I want a drink of orange. And I'm like, okay, let's go get one. Right.
That's stupid. That
I know. Just constantly talk to myself. But nowadays, not so much. And in public, it's very different as well. Because when I was a kid, I obviously would talk to myself less in public, but I still would. I'd just like whisper to myself every so often. Now I basically don't talk to myself at all unless like I'm in public, but I think I'm alone. You know. I don't know. It's a weird one. Talking to yourself, it's not too bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good, freaks. I've got something else for us, Judd. Do you remember a while ago? Loyal podcast listeners might know about this. We did a voice acting challenge, and I thought it was about time for part 2. Voice acting challenge part 2. So I thought we could do some more of that. I've basically got a random character generator, and we're going to do. It gives us a character, and we're going to try and do the voice acting for it.
my voice is bad. My throat's not so good. This is a bad day for this.
Well, I guess you can go first then.
Nice.
I'll let you know what your character is. You have a female demon who is a child, a small girl who is a demon. They're athletic. And they're lonely.
So I want your help with this. Actually, with this, I know you said this is for me to do.
Yeah.
But what I've got in my head is, and it's quite like a sort of an easy trick that a lot of people do with demons when like they're doing demons in media and stuff, is they'll have like a voice actor or like an actor or whoever that's playing the little girl, and she'll like say her lines normally. Yeah. And then they'll get like a VA to like, you know, do like the same lines again, but like in a spooky voice. Yeah. So that's how you always do it. So how about something like Here
he goes. Already, folks. He's gonna do it.
No, hold on. I'm writing a script for the both of us.
What, we're writing a full episode for this character now?
No, because we've both got to say it.
Right.
This is gonna sound. This is gonna sound audio. This is gonna sound awful.
This is gonna
on the
sound audio.
This is gonna sound audio. Because obviously the fucking our voices aren't gonna be synced properly because of the internet. But Jay, I'll be the little girl, and if you want to give me the gruff, scary demon voice. Okay.
If you do me a 3, 2, 1, and I got it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Don't you want some banana pudding, mister?
How's that? Is that good? Is that good?
Like that.
I feel like that's probably good.
that would have been terrible. By the way, if people were just wondering what the fuck did they just say, we said, "Don't you want some banana pudding, mister?" Okay. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be, but that's how they always do it. That's how they always do, like, demon children.
And obviously, the person that they're asking doesn't, and that's why they're lonely.
Yeah, that's why it's scary, because obviously, I imagine this situation like there's a small child sat at the end of a hallway, and this hallway's covered in blood, and she's sat there with some banana pudding, and she's saying to this guy who's seen it, "Don't you want some banana pudding, mister?" To which the answer should probably be no, but I'd probably say yes.
Well, my character is a male demigod. They're scruffy, they're evil, and they're a young adult. They've got chiseled features, but I sometimes I don't mention the key feature because, like, it don't really matter. And I like to imagine this one as your typical angsty teen whose dad is a god, and he's like, his dad's like a big jock, but he's more of like an emo teen who's trying to like seem really cool, even though like his dad's actually cool. You know, his dad has slayed a bunch of people, so. His voice is. Do you know what? The perfect voice for this character would essentially be Jack Spicer from Shaolin Showdown. I don't really need to do that. I just need to try and be Jack Spicer.
just put one of Jack Spicer's fucking audios on.
So I'm gonna do you a twofer, and I'm gonna try and do like the voice of his dad as well in this conversation. So I like to imagine.
I've disappeared under the table, but I'm still here.
Judd's disappeared. Judd's under the table. I don't know why he's under. I don't know what.
I'm back from out of the under the table.
He's come from the demon's lair. So this character is essentially trying to mock some other like young adult characters because he's like teasing them or torturing them or something. But
Torture? What the fuck? Where did that come from?
Because he's an evil demigod, so he's like
He's an evil demigod,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Okay.
so.
I thought he was angsty. I didn't know he was torturer.
He's a young adult, so I'm making him angsty, you know.
I wouldn't have called Gaddafi anxious.
No, but Judd, think about Hitler. He was angsty as fuck.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason he did all that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's going like, you can't do this. I'm gonna make you look so stupid. It's the worst torture you've ever had. I can't. You're not gonna believe this. And then his dad comes and goes, son, this is rather embarrassing.
Son, you're trying too hard.
You haven't even slain one of these foes. It's like, Dad, stop it! I'll slay someone when I'm ready. I'm just not ready yet. I'm practicing my torture so far. That's him. That's him. That's what he does. That's yeah.
Nice.
Okay, right, Judd. Here's your next one.
Okay.
You have a male hybrid being, so that's like an animal hybrid. You can choose what animal. But
can you re-roll this one? Because I feel like I had this one last time with the rat guy.
Do
you remember the rat guy?
No, trust me, just go with it. So they're a male child hybrid being.
All right.
But for what animal that they're hybrid with, here's a prompt for that. It has to have rough skin. So they're a male child hybrid with rough skin, but they look feminine and they're lonely. So come up with a character for that, and
fucking call. That's a fucking. I'm quickly.
Can I propose?
Yeah.
A turtle hybrid or a tortoise hybrid, because then they're lonely because they never come out of the shell.
I've got it. Oh, I'm just down here hanging out.
Obviously, the Canadian.
I can't keep up with the other kids, on account of I'm carrying this huge shell on my back, which you'd think would be kind of cool, like, if there's any predators or anything, I could just recede back into my shell, but it's actually, seen as I'm a horrible mutation of a creature, it's actually filled with cancerous tumors, and I can't actually recede back into it, and it causes me great physical pain.
I love it. What are we going to call this guy? I feel like he's called Pablo. I don't know why.
I think he's called Herb.
Herb. Cool. And he likes to roller skate. He's never tried it, but he claims to like it.
I like the whole the concept of roller skating.
But no one else they all just think it's stupid. You've never even done it, Herb. Oh, and he's lonely because
I'd like to try it.
It reminds me of Millhouse, for fuck's sake.
Fucking love Herb.
Next, then, I've got a male cyborg child who's well-dressed, shy, and has a bald head.
All right.
Okay, so what I'm going with is they've got a bald head because their head is, like, robotic, okay? And when it says well-dressed, I'm going to take that as not necessarily, like, a suit. I'm going to take that as, like, dressed in, like, really kind of like fashionable stuff, like all your I'm going to say Supreme, that's probably not too fashionable, like all your streetwear, the kind of stuff that's in fashion because they're a child. And this character essentially is like overpowered as fuck. They can like hack into everything, they can like blow people away with like arm cannons and shit. And they're really cool dressed. They're essentially the coolest fucking character for like a children's. Imagine this character in like Codename Kids Next Door, and like they can fucking do everything the coolest thing ever. And like,
and whenever they appear on screen, there's an audio cue of a guitar wailing. It sounds like wow 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 like that. Whenever you see them,
and they always show up whenever they need it, and they like. like do like the ultimate thing, and they save the day, and it's amazing. And everyone's like, "Whoa, how do you do that?" And they just go, I don't know. And like he's just like,
that's the voice, is it? That's his
like,
catchphrase.
I don't know. And he just like
Nice.
smiles and goes, like, hides in his hoodie, and like he's like,
Nice.
He should be really cool. You'd think he'd be like, "Don't worry, gang, I got this." But he's like, I just saved the day.
I like the idea. I'm going to take a spin on it now. I like the idea that he shows up. He's really cool. He does the thing. He'll like, I don't know, like a Hydra shows up and he slays a Hydra or some fucking anime shit or something. And he tries to, he like goes to say something cool, but every time he goes to say something, he like always just fucking gets it wrong. Like he always like just fucks it up right at the last moment. So he'll like kill this Hydra, and then he'll go, "Well, looks like that's that's a bad day for." Fuck. He's always just like sort of clicking his fingers, like I had this a second ago.
Oh. Next, yours is a male human, middle-aged man who looks strong and is quite mysterious.
I don't know. That just sounds like a dude. That just sounds like a bit of a shady dude who's like a bit muscular.
Yeah. He's muscular. He's got like rough skin. He's been through the wars. He's mysterious and he's middle-aged.
Oh, okay. Now you say that, and now I picture him more like of a Josh Brolin type.
Yeah.
I think Josh Brolin is like the kind of perfect thing for that.
Yeah, you can just do Josh Brolin if you want. Just do a Thanos quote or something.
He'd probably talk like this, and
deeper.
He'd talk like this, and
probably a bit deeper.
Maybe slower,
Ooh.
maybe quite slow, because he's grizzled.
He needs to sound a little bit more kind of less action hero-y. A little bit less action here. That's a little bit too epic.
What if I gave him an accent like he was more British? Oh, I see. I know. I was going to say British because I was going to go for. For some reason, like trying to do it, and me, like my brain's like going right deep and French, and like my brain's going. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do a deep voice and French at the same time.
It just comes out like. Go for it. Do it.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Oh, I don't know. He'd go. Oh.
That didn't even come through. Go on, give it a proper go. Last proper go.
God. All right. Okay. So, he'd say something like, you fucking kid. I can't do it. I can't do deep and French.
I'm gonna have a go for it.
I don't even know if I can do French. Go on, do it. You do deep and French.
Monsieur, do you want to see me break this plank? Well, you won't get your chance.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? That's why he's mysterious, because he's asking if he wants to see him break a plank, but he never does it.
Yeah,
like, why does he want to know that?
Like, God, I really do think he can break that plank because he's so buff, but he's never gonna fucking do it. He's got to with this fucking plank.
Jontron did an episode on the skateboard kid. Do you know that guy who punches a skateboard in half? That bit. It reminds me of that. Right, okay. I've got another one. I've got to do a young adult female who looks unusual and is really relaxed. So this person, right, this is perfect for like a high school sort of setting. They look like freaky and weird. They dress like so odd. Like they'll come to like school in like a tutu, and then the next day they might turn up in like I don't know, maybe like a full suit, but wearing one of those like child hats with the propeller on it. They do that. But they don't give a fuck. They think they're one of the cool kids, and they're like, the cool kids will all be like sat on a table, and she'll sit and go, "What's up, gang? How's it going? It's like my hat? I know you do. Peace out," and just kind of like walk off, and they'll all be like, "What a fucking freak, what is that?" And she'll come back and be like, "I know you're talking about me, gang. I know I'm styling. It's all okay," and then just walk off like completely oblivious.
I like to imagine one of the other kids like leaning over and just going, I've never actually seen her take a single class here. I don't think she even goes here.
Perfect. And like, she always has a positive spin on everything. That's why, like, she's so relaxed. Like, so someone will go to her, "You're such a fucking freak," and she'll be like, "Oh wow, I might even get on Freak of the Week on Podcast Badly," and everyone's like, "What the fuck is that? I've never heard of Podcast Badly." And then and she's like, "Ha, I have. It's cool."
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. I like that. That's good.
That's immediately we know there's a fantasy character because she said Podcast Badly is cool. So
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm gonna skip that one for you because that's another hybrid being. I don't think we want that. Right. You've got a male teenage robot who is also strong looking and very wise. I like to imagine that they're not a robot in the sense of like they've got any like guns or anything like that. This is like maybe an AI or something that's all about like the calculations it can do and all that. It knows a lot of shit. And it's strong looking because it can use its brain in strong ways.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
That's him walking. Hello, my name is C4729999645, but you can call me Ben. How's that?
It's
like
Ben.
that?
Ben, he's massive.
Would you? Yeah, he's fucking huge.
Yeah,
he's
he looks
fucking
really
massive.
strong. Could never fight anything. He's combat.
He's like built like a square,
Yeah.
but he's got like this really small head with this quite nice face because he don't want him to be. He's like meant to like help out like around warehouses and stuff, but like so you don't want to make him look scary. Like you want to give him like a approachable face. So he's built like
like
is
that
it Kingpin?
Futurama. No, that one robot of Futurama. The one who's the hillbilly guy on Mars's
Yes.
daughter. You know, the big pink one.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's built like Kingpin from Into the Spider-Verse, like he's got that tiny head, but
Yeah, that's a good one.
but he walks up, he's like, "Would you like help with that, sir?" And like it's this massive like fucking thing, but he's got this tiny head.
I imagine like a cast of main characters who are like a group of 3 interracial, multigender characters.
Yeah.
They're trying to work something out, and they're like, they're trying to find treasure on a map for whatever reason in this bullshit story, and they're like, I just don't know where this is. I really can't find out where it is. And they're like, every so often, that Ben character that you made doesn't appear in every episode of this show. Like one in every like 4 episodes they might appear, and you just hear zzz, boom, zzz,
You can like hear him down the way. He's like coming. It takes him like a full 3 minutes to get like from where he is as well because he's so big. So for about 3 minutes, you just hear like an encroaching.
yeah. And then they're stuck on it, and he just goes, "It is down Mill Creek in this location," and then like goes, and it shows like 3D map of it, and they're like, "How do you know that?" And he's like,
Yeah.
and he just spouts off on a really long monologue of all the different like calculations he's made, and that goes on for like the same length as your average Family Guy Conway Twitty gag.
Yeah.
That's that one. Right. Next, what we got next? I've got a male teenage orc who's ugly and they're angry about it. This is you remember what last time we did this? We did Fantasy High School. This is one of the bullies from Fantasy High School.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like really ugly. They've got warts and everything. And I like to, on SpongeBob sometimes when they just do like a drawing of something really detailed when it's gross. I like to imagine like they do that for him and show him like really gross
like on SpongeBob where like for some reason like most of the episode will just be normal. They'll have one shot in it that's like a close up and it makes you have fucking nightmares for a week. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And he's just a generic bully, I think, but he's an orc, so it's in Fantasy High School, so it's fine. So I'm gonna try and make my mouth do like the shape of those, like as if he's got tusks or something.
You push your bottom jaw out like
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, Dweeb! What the fuck is your problem, Dweeb? I'm gonna fucking beat the piss out of you, you little fuck! Come at me, you little shit! I'll break your fucking toes! All 19 of them!
That's a
I like to imagine a lot of the people don't understand what he's saying either, so they're just like, oh no, like they know that he's threatening them.
They put
but
subtitles on it because it's a little bit hard to hear, and then he looks at the subtitles on episode and goes,
Hey, you fucking subtitles! I don't need fucking subtitles!
and then like punches the screen and it like cracks or something, and yeah.
It turns to like it's subtitles at one point, and then it just turns to like inaudible in brackets.
and then he punches them like down. He punches the subtitles.
Yeah,
that's a good one. I like that. I think if we've got there's only the website I use to generate the ideas only lets us generate a certain amount every day. So we're out of ideas for today, and that's a perfect. We've literally just ticked over to 1 hour for the podcast. So look at that. That's a podcast. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked our voices. If you want to record a clip of yourself trying to do any of those character prompts, or even fucking, I don't know, if you're an animators doing like that voice, I don't fucking care. Tweet at Tweets Badly. We know you're not going to do it anyway, but I thought I may as well say it. So there we go.
Thought I'd make a go of it. Yeah,
Judd, what's your closing statement? Come on, sign us off.
Honestly, I've got an actual one now. Fucking watch Arcane. Have you watched Arcane yet, Jake?
No, it's next time. I've been busy. I need to dedicate some
son
time
of
to
a
it.
bitch, watch Arcane. Oh my god.
I mean, there's I'm a Celebrity's on, which I love to watch. I like I'm a Celebrity, and also there's Tiger King Season 2, which is kind of taking priority for me, sorry. But I'll get to it. I will get to it. Have you... Well, I could put it back on you. Have you played Horizon Zero Dawn yet?
No.
Well, shit. That's the podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye.